You can catch Extra Butter every Friday right here on ABC 10 at 9:30 a.m. I hope you've been tuning in. Mark, you recently went to the D23 Expo. How was that?
It was awesome. Do you know what D23 Expo is?
It's all about Disney.
Yeah, it's kind of like Comic-Con, only it's D23. The D obviously is for Disney. Any guesses what the 23 stands for?
When I think 23, I think Michael Jordan, so you're going to have to fill me in.
Okay, yeah, it's not Michael Jordan. I've been going to this thing for like 3 years, had no idea. It's 1923. That's the year Disney signed the corporation into effect, and it became Disney as we know it today.
Okay, that's why you're the insider. You know all this stuff.
Well, it used to be like a lot of like Disney animation, but now it's kind of all things because, of course, Disney owns Marvel and Disney owns Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, it's evolved.
It's evolved, but back to what they're good for, 2D animation. Frozen, big hit. You've got young boys, right?
Yes.
Were they into Frozen when they were
We were definitely into Frozen, the music. I mean, how could you not be into Frozen?
Right.
At some point, if you had kids, even now, Frozen's got to be in the library somehow.
Yeah, I think we all know DVDs are going away and everything's going digital, but it will go down in history as being the most distributed DVD in the history of that format.
I actually have 2 Frozen DVDs. I have the sing-along version and the regular version.
Oh, there you go. All right. You told me that your boys were growing out of their love for princesses.
Yeah,
I promise
you're kind of in the like, no girls, just all superheroes and other
they'll grow
kind
to
of stuff.
appreciate them again. In the meantime, talking about Frozen, the sequel on the way. I caught up with Kristen Bell on the red carpet to talk about it.
This looks amazing. You just dropped the trailer. We heard the roar of the crowd out there.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. It is, it's not the old Frozen. This one, our characters kind of go on this dangerous adventure, very much outside Arendelle, to find answers to the origin of Elsa's magical powers, and they stumble along some problematic things about their past that sort of threaten the kingdom's future.
And you're not fooling around. You didn't want this movie to be made until it was perfect, and I hear it is.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly didn't write it or do all the work, but everyone on the team was like, we have such a responsibility with these characters because they're so meaningful to people. We don't just want this to be episode 2, someone loses their shoes. We really tried to create something that was meaningful within their character development and that
And I got a chance to hear some of the soundtracks from it. Dina Menzel comes back, and it's just as awesome, just as poppy as the original. If you caught me leaning in and staring into the monitor quite a bit during that interview, so her dad,
closer to Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell's dad is a news director, right?
Yes.
And used to be my news director for some time.
Well, then you know
and once you stare into the face of someone who you accepted your resignation not that long ago, all I can do is look in her face and see her dad. She looks very similar to her dad.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love Kristen Bell. She's so sweet.
Yeah, such an awesome person and a great business lady, too. I saw her do something I've never seen a celebrity do in a red carpet before. She came out with no makeup on and in her street clothes and looked out at the red carpet and was taking names down of who was out on the red carpet, then disappeared for a few minutes, came back in wardrobe and did the red carpet.
Well, she's a true professional, and I can't wait to see her in this new version.
Yeah, and something else that you're going to totally lean into.
What is
Maleficent 2.
Oh,
it's
man.
the Disney sequel era. Angelina Jolie returns as well as the rest of the cast, and it looks to be just as magnificent, this Maleficent, as the first one. We talked. Take a look.
What moment are you most excited for us to experience?
Well, I think the dinner scene that they showed, the stuff with Michelle and when we first come together, I think seeing the worlds kind of clash is fun. But then this film, we go into these new worlds and we explore new sides of Aurora, new sides of Maleficence. We meet the Dark Fae, which is a whole new group that will be introduced in this film and led by Chiwetel, and that's exciting. So I think it's just hopefully loving, having what you loved in the old and something new to be different and exciting and challenging.
How great is she in that role?
I mean, I can't imagine Maleficent being anyone else.
No kidding,
or
right?
anyone else being Maleficent.
Right. I mean, it just genetically, she has the queen cheekbones that lean into it quite a bit.
Oh, my goodness.
Want to hear some Angelina Jolie local trivia?
I love it. Go
so,
ahead.
Lisa Ling, who is a huge news star and a frequent Oprah Winfrey professional partner and CNN news partner and National Geographic news partner, started her career right here and is best friends with Angelina Jolie.
Oh, really?
They hang out and dine together behind the scenes all the time.
I could see Lisa Ling as a Maleficent.
She could. She should act. I've always told her that. I've always said you should act. Way too heady. Does not suffer fools. Acting's not the business for her.
Okay,
so
so there's still something else you want to talk about.
Yeah, okay, I was super geeked out. I should have led with this because I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. And I think, are your boys Star Wars nerds in the making?
Not so much, but you know, I did have a Princess Leia in my Halloween
Oh, you
repertoire
did?
over the years, yes.
Didn't we all? I've had the buns on as well. Your son should hang out with me. I will totally nerd them out on Star
Sure, you
Wars.
can borrow them anytime.
Before it's all over, Uncle Mark will teach them the ways of the Force. Star Wars Episode 9. We are just a few months away from it. I got to talk to one of its biggest stars. That would be the young lady that plays Rey on the red carpet, who was geeking out about the other stars just like me. Take a look.
It's actually quite nice being here because this is Disney, and where we were before was like Star Wars. So it's really fun because we get that experience, and then we also like get to see all of the other awesome films coming from Disney. It weirdly today has been like the most like, oh okay, and it's the last one I'm doing, which is always helpful.
Well, don't bring a tear to everybody's eye with that. So what's the non-Star Wars thing that you most geek out about seeing around here? Disney.
I mean, Angelina Jolie is next to me, as is, like, I saw her hugging Emily Blunt, and then I saw The Rock, and I saw Tina Fey and Jamie Foxx, like, those people.
You're in good company.
I know the entertainment universe descends on Anaheim for this D23.
Yeah, Disney domination.
No kidding. Speaking of which, the biggest digital trending thing that we captured while we were out there is this new High School Musical. So for more on that, follow me, Extra Butter TV on YouTube.
You
like
had
and
all
subscribe.
the dish for us. Now I'm interested to see which Disney characters are going to dominate for Halloween.
I think Maleficent's going to be pretty big.
And we're going to see some Anna and Elsa's. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
This interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.